Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to do a double DC Comics review, taking a look at Catwoman number 30 and Nightwing number 79. But you might be saying, Kevin, what are you doing reviewing these DC Comics? You just did this rant about, how the prices are too high and the stories are lame. And yes, that's all very true. However, I still like to go to my shop weekly with my pull list. I have, Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin and a few image titles on my poll list and things of that nature. And I like to browse and see what's on the shelf. And I do remember reading these two last month and thinking the stories were pretty good, especially Catwoman. And this week especially, Catwoman is the better of the two here. And the thing about these two books is they're still only $3.99 and $3.99, $4. So they're not like grabbing you for every penny you got. So, I will check out books that still pique my interest from time to time, and here's my review. So first and foremost, like the color, I don't understand why Nightwing is pink. Like the whole thing, like he's dealing with Barbara Gordon in that story here, but it having a pink cover is very strange. You would think that it would sort of be swapped because Catwoman is the female character and more feminine, but what are you gonna do? So. I guess we'll save the best for last. We'll take a look at Nightwing first, which is written by Tom Taylor with artwork by Bruno Redonda. And I had enjoyed the last issue because they brought back Blockbuster, and they had revealed that the daughter of Zuko is actually the new mayor of Bloodhaven, and she's out for revenge to kill Dick Grayson once and for all. And I did like the artwork here, showing Nightwing through all the years of his various costumes as Robin, as Nightwing with Marv Wolfman and George Perez as the Red Nightwing under New 52, and then, obviously the current Nightwing. And talking about all his different families, the Graysons, his surrogate father, Bruce, and his other father, Alfred. And then, of course, his friends, the Teen Titans and everything. And it was nice. So in the last issue, he had saved this puppy. These criminals were trying to kill a puppy. They were basically pulling a John Wick. And he had saved this puppy. And I don't know, man, like the artwork's good, but the dialogue is really cringy. Like he's contemplating if he's going to eat dog. He's so hungry, he's going to eat dog food. And it's like, well, you're a billionaire now, because what had happened is Alfred had this offshore account and he gave all the money to Dick. He had it in his will that the money was going to him. And I do like some of the touches here, adding Marv and George's pizza, Marv Wolfman and George Perez. But the cringy dialogue is it just takes over, because he's like, oh, we'll get 2 slices, one for me, one for you, Babs. And she says, well, you're a billionaire. Okay, 4 slices. So they're eating their pizza. And all these, this guy shows up and he's like, oh, spare change. And Dick is like, well, shit, no one carries cash anymore. I got all these cards. But hey, I'll buy pizza for you. Invite everyone you know. So this guy invites all the homeless people here to the pizza shop. And, he just, he buys them all dinner, I guess. And then he finds out that his wallet was stolen and he's going berserk. Look at him there. And she's like, oh, you're in the group chat. Batman's not happy. And then he's getting all these dings. Like, first of all, Batman is not in a group chat. Give me a freaking break. And he's getting all these dings. And, Cass has no self-control with the emojis, which I guess Cass is the younger one, Cassandra Cain, the young Batgirl. But it's like, I can see her using the emojis, but it's just cringe. It's really cringe, if you ask me. So this is kind of interesting, too. This guy finds the homeless dude at gunpoint, and he actually drills a hole and steals his heart, which is pretty interesting story development. And, so he puts on his Nightwing costume, and Barbara makes note to the fact that he's Oracle now and gives some tech for his goggles so she can see him and give him commands. And, there's good and bad in here because, like I said, the artwork's good. I like Nightwing fighting the crime. I like the beginning part where it showed all the different flashbacks to the various iterations of Nightwing. And then here it gets interesting again, talking about the Zucos and Blockbuster, and these crooks come in and steal the dude, this mafioso guy who's talking to the Zuko. I forget her name, but she's the daughter of Zuko, and she's the mayor of Bloodhaven now, and steals that. And this is a nice double-page spread going on where Nightwing saves the day. But the cringe outweighs the good, I guess. So he saves the day, and then he finds out where his wallet is. Like, he had a tracker on it. I guess Barbara Gordon put a tracker on it. He finds it's in this homeless shelter, and he's like, all right, kids, you keep it. But the thing is, they had all this dialogue where he had mentioned that, he had like $3, his driver's license, and a credit card. you can cancel the credit card and you can get a new license. I mean, you can call the American Express and say, look, cancel the credit card and mail me a new one. But he's like, oh, I'll leave the credit card with these homeless guys. It's just, money bad, it's just stupid, man. But there were certain good parts in it, but mostly cringe dialogue. So that's what I say about that one. As for Catwoman number 30, this is written by Ram V with artwork by Fernando Blanco, and this was actually really good. I am, really thinking about just cutting out the Batman books and sticking with this one, just because this was quite good. So it had ended with Selina Kyle here with the Riddler, and they were being attacked by this person who was sort of they couldn't tell if they were there or not. They kept sort of phasing in and out and being invisible and stuff, and had stabbed the Riddler, and he's lying. How do they have all this hospital equipment? But anyway, she's in Alleytown, and she sort of is making alliances with the people in Alleytown and is nursing the Riddler back to health. And there's a sign that she wants to figure out what's going on. And the Riddler was spurging out. He had, taken all these drugs and was going nuts. And, I guess that's the storyline in the Batman, too. They have all these drugs on the city that are being distributed by the Scarecrow and his men. And, Selina didn't like the answer he gave, so she grabs him where his wound is and just, squeezes him. And notice, she's got her sex appeal going. She's got the cleavage going on, which is rare in these modern comics, so I will commend the artists for that. And you got this new villain here, Father Valley, who I maybe he's related to John Paul Valley, Azrael, but I don't think so. He's like this religious guy. He talks in all these Bible verses, and he was appointed by the Penguin to basically kill Selina Kyle. And the Penguin's all pissed off because he had killed one of his colleagues. And he's like, oh, it'll be done in due time. I'll kill him. I'll kill her. And, he didn't like the answer the Penguin gave, so he opens up his coat here, and he's got all these knives, and he throws them at everyone's neck and kills them all. Throws the one knife at the dude's head. I mean, this is a great scene right here. And there we go, stupid ad for death metal. And then he leaves the Penguin lying on the ground. The Penguin's been through a lot, mind you. A few issues back in the Batman storyline before the Joker War, Deathstroke had slit his throat. So he's dealing with a lot lately. And then he says down here, the Catwoman shall die by my hand in time. Until then, beware the storm. And he steals the Penguin's umbrella there. And then, like I said, the sex appeal of Catwoman is very high in this book. She got her changing into the Catwoman costume and then going about all the buildings. Great artwork, great aesthetic with the rain and everything and the shadows. And basically, she's looking for Poison Ivy because they had revealed that someone had Poison Ivy in captive. And she makes her way to this, abandoned lot here. And she starts talking to this dude who reveals this dude named Siddharth Roy, who has all this fine artwork. And, his latest piece to his collection is actually Poison Ivy. So, got that going on. And Selina Kyle essentially forges an invitation to be invited to his latest art gala. And once again, you got her rocking, look at that, the leg, showing the leg and everything. And you'd forgive me for being tempted to nick it all for myself. So obviously she's going to go and try and steal Poison Ivy. Next, felines, felonies, and fine art. So, another thing too, I read this thing in the back about the Robin, and that's coming out soon. Written by Joshua Williamson and Gleb Melnikov, and they mentioned that they're going to make it, our series has a lot of shonen manga influence. Notice how, they're really going hard on trying to copy manga, really because it's selling more than American comics, and for good reason. But as for these two books, I don't understand the cover, the aesthetic of the pink on the cover. That makes no sense to me. It's very strange, especially for the Nightwing book. But, yeah, the Catwoman book is great. I'd recommend reading the Catwoman book. Ram V is a great artist. He did a great job on Justice League Dark, and they canceled it and basically put him in as the backup story behind Bendis' awful Justice League. And I actually read a scan of the Justice League. I didn't buy the floppy. I'm done with that. But I read a scan, so let me know in the comments down below if you want me to go through the scan that I have, and we can goof on the cringe that is Naomi and Bendis and his treachery. But Catwoman's great. Nightwing, I'm iffy on it because the dialogue is cringe, but there's cool stuff that is going on. There's good artwork, and Like, especially, let me show you the double page spread again. Oh, Dick and his abs there. But, yeah, where he's swooping in there and beating up this one right here. But, and interesting to see what they're going to do with Blockbuster again, but it's cringe in that, oh, I'm a billionaire and I'm going to buy pizza for everyone. It's just stupid. But the Catwoman is great. I really like the Catwoman story, and definitely with this Father Valley here. He's a new character. Like, they're introducing a lot of these new characters, and a lot of them are kind of lame, but I do think he's interesting. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and stay tuned for more comic book reviews coming soon. Have a great day, everybody.